going to the college strategy event today, going on right now. Join us, the release of the college strategy. Come join us at 2121 14th Street here at Ancient Rivers. Hope to see you there.
Marketing. I have an event planning, marketing, and brand management company, and I've been working with Linita since March. So it's really exciting to see this come to fruition and see the book and the event. So thank everyone for coming out. I want to introduce our host for today, Joy Carter. Joy is a native of the Washington, D.C. area. Over the past few years, Joy has devoted her time to serving her community as a dancer and choreographer for Prince George's Community Parks and Planning Recreation Centers, helping you tap into the joys of motion. In her most recent endeavors, Joy has teamed up with the Hustle from Radio as a radio host personality and media correspondent. There, Joy serves as the leading lady of Culture Link's live international broadcasting show that has reached listeners from the United Kingdom to Australia. There on Culture Links, Joy has the ability to discuss trending topics such as our community, our concerns, our lives, and our future. Since joining radio, Joy has experienced unimaginable heights for interviewing many local artists, entrepreneurs, entertainers.
Joy magic.
Entertainers such as Jamar Jackson from the Fox television show Empire and OWN Network, The Have and Have Nots, to the young influencer DJ Beauty and the Beats, and VH1's Love and Hip Hop reality star Lovely Me. Joy believes that hard work, dedication, and faith that can get you truly turn your dreams to reality. Yes. It's okay. It's okay. So let's welcome Joy, our host.
Yay! Go, Joy!
Let's give it up for Jamaicy. We appreciate you. It's okay. It's just a bio. It's not a big deal. So first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out to Linita Hosten's. This way? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm staying in a good light. We're good? Right here? Okay, cool. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and celebrating Linita and her official release and launch and book signing of The College Strategy. Come on, give it up for Linita. Listen, it is amazing for anybody to write a book because I didn't even like writing papers in college, so to sit down and write a whole entire book is amazing. So let's big up again for Linita and her official book. And she looks very, very beautiful. I must do say so myself. So just real quick, I just want to give you guys just a quick rundown of the event and what we're going to do. We're not only celebrating Linita's launch of her book, but we're also celebrating her birthday. So later on this afternoon, I hope everybody is still around so we can sing happy birthday, eat cupcakes, and have a good time in celebration of her birthday in addition to the book launch. Just a couple house rules before we get started, officially get started. You guys can order from the cash bar. You can order from the restaurant menu. Also, come purchase your book, get it signed. And then this area right here, we want to make sure we keep this clear because we didn't get the insurance today. So we just want to make sure it's clear so nobody falls, break nothing, all that good stuff, okay? Alright, it's food in the back. We want you guys to eat good, drink good, and just mingle and have a really good time in celebration of this book. We have some raffles, so I think, is it Mackenzie? Mackenzie, you still doing raffles? Okay, so Mackenzie, her sister, has raffle tickets. Go ahead and purchase them. They owe me $1, y'all. So if you do $5, you get 5 raffles. You might win something cool. So go ahead and get your raffles. We're going to have some sponsors to come up later on this afternoon and talk about their link and how they connect to Linita. What else? Did I cover it? I think I covered it. Oh, mainly, we want to make sure that you all tag. It's very important that you guys tag Linita Hosten and the College Strategy and DMV authors. So I'm gonna run that down again. When you post your pictures, tag Linita Hosten, The College Strategy, and DMV Authors. Alright, I'm gonna do it one more time. When y'all do y'all post, make sure y'all do Linita Hosten, The College Strategy, and DMV Authors. Y'all got it? Let me hear y'all say it. What we gonna tag?
College strategy.
That's right, yeah. They got it over here. What about y'all over here? I got it.
We got it. It's just we
One more time.
out of order. We got it.
The college strategy,
College
Linita
strategy. Linita
Hosten.
Hosten.
Alright, y'all got it. Awesome. Okay, thank you. So y'all make sure y'all do tag. But in addition to that, when you do tag, obviously you got to have somewhere to take a picture. It's a photo booth in the back. How about that? So make sure you go by the photo booth. It's a backdrop. And when you take your pictures, tag Linita Hosten, The College Strategy, and DMV Authors. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We do have a Q&A later on. So think of some questions that you might want to ask Linita in terms of her writing the book, about the book, or anything personal.
That's fine.
That's fine? All right, so thank you guys again for coming out and celebrating Linita and her launch.
For the
really started with our program. We want to hear from our sponsors. So before we acknowledge the sponsor, I want to acknowledge the sponsors that are here today. So we have the Dopeness Media Group. So let's, yay, Dopeness Media Group. A Lab House Productions. Okay. KPOV Productions. Yeah. And Hey Tobes Photography. I got it right? Awesome. Thank you. So we want to thank all of our sponsors today who helped make this day a wonderful and great success. But we do want to highlight, where is James Trent? Come on up here. James Trent is the CEO of the Dopeness Media Group. So, can you guys do my job right now? Thank you. Can we show James some love? Alright, so we're going to hear from James, who is our sponsor.
How's everybody today?
You want to come on this way?
How's everybody? Y'all sound dry, y'all sound dead. How's everybody doing today? One more time. How's everybody doing today? That's better. My name is James Trent, professionally known as Splash Gordon. I'm one half of the Dopeness Multimedia Group. I just want to take a second to acknowledge my business partner and creative partner, Mike Malloy, who couldn't be here with us today. Basically, Dopeness Multimedia Group, what we do, we are specializing in music production. We also specialize in radio and video production as well. We're based in Prince George's County, also in the entire DMV area. Just a little background story on me. I started with music long time ago. I had the privilege of attending Thomas G. Pullen Arts Magnet School, where I learned a lot about music and media. I've been doing that since about 3rd grade. Around 7th grade, I found pretty much my niche, my craft for rapping and making music. From there, fast forward to about 12th grade, when I started taking things a little more serious. I got tired of waiting on people. I got tired of waiting on producers to send me beats, tired of waiting on engineers to mix my tracks, tired of waiting on guys to shoot my videos. Just got tired, so I started doing everything myself. Henceforth, we're here today. Just want to take a second out to show Linita some love. Linita, I've known Linita, like 9th grade high school, long time. She was actually the first person I met when I moved into the neighborhood where I live at now. She's always been a positive person, always been a positive influence towards me Never heard her say a negative thing out of my day in my life. I'm definitely proud of what she's doing for the youth in our community, especially our young women, our future mothers, future daughters, future everything. And she's doing a lot to empower them and bring them along. So I just want to commend you. I salute you. I appreciate you. I love what you're doing. I'm always going to support what you're doing no matter what. So we can all take a second out. Let's clap it up for Linita. If you're looking for anything media related, music, videos, anything, you can contact me. My phone number, I give it out, 240-554-7951. Call me, I'm always up. Even when I'm asleep, I'm up. Call me any time of the day. You can reach me on Instagram, all social media outlets at thedopeness.mmg. Linita, again, I thank you. Happy to be here, happy to be a part, and congratulations. And happy birthday, too.
Let's give it up again for the Dopeness Media Group. We appreciate you being here today. So we're gonna hear from the lady of the afternoon, Linita. She's like one of my really good friends. So this is just an amazing day for her, which makes it a special day for me. Okay, here you go. Go ahead.
Wow, thank you everybody. I'm so grateful, kind of lost for words that you all came out to support me today. This is a project that I've been working on since 2015 and it came to fruition this year. I have a lot of thank yous. I want to start with my brand manager, Jamacy. Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Everything you see is her. I mean, I can't even describe the level of just detail and thoroughness that she gives. I'm so grateful for her to have her to be a part of the team. So I want to thank Jamacy. Mr. Jones, raise your hand. I met Mr. Jones when I was in 8th grade. I was having some issues with bullying and girl issues, and he was the peer advisor at my middle school, James Madison Middle School, and I would seek advice and counsel from him, and we've been able to maintain that relationship. He's also responsible for this book. He coached me through it back in 2015-16 when I was going through a state of depression. We studied the Bible together, and he was like, it's a book in you, you have to get it out. And so this would not be possible without him. So I wanted to thank Mr. Jones for that. When you guys came in and you saw my mom, raise your hand. I could not be the person I am today without her and her support, as well as my sister and my dad. Where are you guys? I also want to thank my stylist, Jasmine. She just walked in. She's a college student at Boise State University. She keeps me looking like this is not my own plan, because I would have picked out all black probably. She keeps me looking good, and I appreciate her. I'm always looking to support other students who are looking to get into business and explore their passions. However I can support, I can do that. I want to thank my co-workers who are here today. Raise your hand. Revere, Tiff, Glass. So I don't talk about this a lot, but I work full-time. I work full-time, part-time. I speak. And so my co-workers, I work for Metro, we all work down together. I run my ideas past them. They probably get tired of me talking about it. But my co-worker, Revere, he has actually proofread the first copy. He helped me with some linguistics, so I appreciate him. I had to give him a shout out. There's so many people I could thank because I could not have done this alone. The videographers, photographers, my host, Joy, everybody, just thank you. Thank you for coming. Along my journey, I have been doing some research about college and the college experience. And a lot of the research coming out today is questioning the value of college. Is it worth the money for parents to send their students to school? Is the education system preparing students for the jobs that will be created in 20 years from now? Are the degree programs currently at universities, are they preparing students for today's technology, or are they preparing them for careers that will be obsolete in a few years? And despite, it's a bittersweet moment for me because I still believe that there is value in education itself. And regardless of where it came from, if you study mechanics, if you study plumbing, if you study cosmetology, if you were in rescue and fire, if you were in the armed forces, the military, or college. I still value education, and I can't say that I'm an advocate for college. My platform is not to promote college, but I am an advocate for education and the impact that it has had on my life. So I wrote the college strategy because I had a very intentional 4-year of undergrad. I was just extremely and I didn't know it at the time, but the fruit of it manifested later on. It was very intentional, and I want to walk you through that. If you guys have your books, I'm going to start from the second paragraph. I'm only going to read maybe 2.5, not much. But this kind of gives you some background about why the book is really rich. What my college experience really did for me. My parents, my sister Mackenzie, helped me unpack, and shortly after they were walking to the parking garage to head home. It was so unreal as I watched them open the doors and prepare to drive back to what I knew as home. My mom took the driver's seat and reached in the back to grab her purse as my dad gave his last hug goodbye. Before pulling off, my mom handed me 3 $20 bills as she leaned over to plant a kiss on my cheek. I'll never forget the words that she shared as she handed me what were probably the only bills in her purse. Linita, this is all I have. I need you to make it work. How much is three $20 bills? Okay, just wanted to make sure y'all were with me. I took the cash and shook my head in agreement. I knew what those words meant. Mackenzie, who was 8 at the time, rolled down the back window and said, "Bye, Nita," as she smiled. Before I knew it, I was watching them drive off. My eyes watered as the truck disappeared. I was officially a college student. What my mom shared that day empowered my rich college experience. I'm sure she didn't realize it, but she challenged me. Those words gave me a reason to take advantage of everything my campus offered me. And that's exactly what I did. I touched everything. I explored more than 15 student groups and organizations, held officer positions as an orientation team leader and captain of the Black Student Union staff team. During my tenure, I was also chosen for 2 of the campus's most selective leadership opportunities, leadership and housing and residence life resident assistant. I was what some would call an opportunity sponge. I participated in social justice retreats, peer advising groups, cultural and social groups, and I even competed in a beauty pageant. And I won Miss Congeniality by the way. While exploring all my university had to offer, I also discovered a passion for education as I immersed myself in a culture of learning. The more active I became, the more relationships I began to build with university staff and faculty. College shaped me into a business-minded and service-oriented community leader. My involvement in student activities allowed me to practice and master, and this is at 19, 20, interpersonal communication, conflict management, organizational leadership, fundraising techniques, presentation skills, and program development. College also cultivated my speaking ability and nurtured my inner leader. College revealed my ignorance to racial insensitivity and global injustices. College taught me how to budget my finances and manage my money. When I graduated from Towson, I had 3 job offers within my major. In fact, I was able to negotiate my first full-time position salary. And that was because at the age of 21, I was what the industry calls a competitive job applicant. And I contribute that to my involvement on my college campus. And I'll stop there. I never understood what I was doing, the work and my involvement in school, why that mattered. Because I was always busy, stressed out. But when I came out of college and I would enter into workplace, into business meetings, I've been on leadership panels, I've been on interview panels, the youngest in the room, almost in every board. It was because of my college experience. It was very intentional. And so I wrote the college strategy because there are some small steps that students can do to build what I call soft and hard skills while they're on campus. See, the goal is not just to have the credentials, which is the degree. The goal is to be competent, plus the credentials. You want the add-on, that's where the value comes from. Our students are competing with displaced people from the workplace. So what other value are you going to bring to the table? What can you do while you're on your college campus? And so in the college strategy, it walks you through each chapter, small things that you can do. So it doesn't just tell you should, it teaches you how. So there are activities that students can do, conversations they can have. There are even email templates that they can use to connect with other people. And so I'll be honest, the average college student won't pick up this book. It's going to take people like you who have relationships with them, personally, financially, academically, spiritually. You're going to have to start those conversations about how why now matters. And that's why I invited you all here today. I could have invited a room full of college students, but it's you instead, because it's you that's actually going to go out and create those conversations. So that's a little bit about why I wrote the book, and I want to take any questions that you all may have. I want to open up the floor for Q&A.
I'll ask
gave you the confidence to move forward in such a broad spectrum of subjects? What made you do this outside of what you just explained? How did you identify that that was your goal?
So I've been working with students in so many different capacities. Those who know me, I've been a cheerleading coach. And actually one of my former cheerleaders is here. Nigel, where are you? I met Nigel when she was a sophomore, and I took her to Towson. She graduated from Towson. She's in her master's degree. So I've been working with students. I'm a college professor. I mentor other high school and college students personally. And so I see it, like I'm in the roots, I'm in the grassroots, like doing the work. I work for first generation college bound, just so many different areas. I can't even name them all. But I've worked with that population and I have seen the need and the gap for where students need to be, where they're going, and where their mindset is. So I say that gave me the confidence. I have personal relationships with real people. So it's not just a theory. I've been in in those environments.
Good. Thank you, Nina. And I think this is imperative for people like you're saying. You're introducing this to having a younger sister. You guys are 10 years apart. I'm so proud of my two daughters. Thank you, Lord. But how do you help your daughter, and how can other people help their siblings or young youth do what you're doing? How do they translate that? Because truly, this is your vision. I mean, to me, it's very simple. I've watched the whole process. But how did you help to impart this on Mackenzie, and how can others do the same?
So Mackenzie called me yesterday, and she said she's thinking about changing her major. She's a music major. And we kind of talked about the challenges of studying music. As you all can probably guess, it's competitive. There is no linear path. You kind of have to be aggressive, a go-getter out there, and go and make those connections. So I said to her, how can you diversify your discipline, which is the area that you will study, so that you can be marketable to different realms? And so I challenged her to go, and this is actually in the book, I challenged her to visit the student involvement fair and visit every table that seems of interest to her, and start going to the interest groups, and also taking courses, electives are what they call them, unrelated to music, just to explore other topics that she may develop a passion for, and find a way to connect them. See, this is what they don't teach you. They teach you to go to college and get the degree, but while you are there, you can kind of navigate and connect your passions. Like, I never thought I would be a public speaker, but I have always been good at writing, and writing translated into, by the nature of becoming a journalist, to speaking, and then it manifested into this by the grace of God, who I'm just in awe of sometimes. But so it's strategic, and that's why it's called the college strategy. Like, you really have to think about it. And so I was proud of her because we had that conversation. This is the second time that means she's thinking about it. And so another common thing that I see is students don't start thinking about it until the realities that college is about to end kick into place, like the real world is coming. So, okay, so what am I going to do with this? But the goal is to get them thinking, what am I going to do with this, and how can I develop that now? Like, while I'm 20, while I'm 19, who can I go talk to? Who can I go connect with? Who can I intern for? Who can I hustle for? So to develop that and discover other things. Because you may discover something else that interests you. So diversifying the disciplines, that's always my go-to. Mr. Jones, I saw your hand.
What would you say is the biggest challenge to your journey to get you to where you are now?
The biggest challenge is probably having to fight through when life happens. Like, to still keep going even when you may feel like you've been knocked down or having to start over, that restart period. That's really difficult because it's easy to get started, but it's really difficult to finish, especially when things happen in between. So that's been my challenge. And I attribute my ability to do that through prayer and God and His Spirit and my church family and my family, and just really being rooted in God and His Word and His promises. We have a question?
Yeah, I got a
Question.
Can we expect another book?
Yes.
Yes.
I do want to write another book. And it's going to be on stage power mastery. I want to switch disciplines, diversifying my field. I'm going to use that same kind of idea or method for my own business. I want to teach other people how to master their stage presence. So it'll definitely be on that.
Okay.
So, I've seen somewhere where somebody says, you know, you kind of have to carry the crown before you wear it. And I think that's important for college students to know how much work you have to put in before you come out of college expected to be the leader, the boss.
Yep.
You know, so can you speak kind of to that, like the experiences that you really have to build upon, so you can get to where you are now?
So in the book and in the areas that are shaded of the college reflection, I actually talk about some of my personal experience when I was wearing leadership roles and what those challenges were. And I know it seems silly, yeah, you're in college, you're on a campus, it's just a whole bunch of kids, but there's still people, and there's still conflict, and there's still so many of the real life principles and things that happen in real life are happening on the college campus. And so, you know, I had been an intern at the Maryland State House, I had interned at a hospital, I interned at a TV station, and I was 19, like 19, 20, I was very young in these spaces. And sometimes those relationships turned into mentorships, and that put me at the table for the business meetings. So it's just kind of like letting people know you're in the room and what you're capable of. And I tell my sister this all the time. We had read this book by Gabrielle Jordan, she's a local entrepreneur. And she talks about how whatever age you are, you can start your own business. And so I challenged my sister, since she does her hair, she was always in the mirror with her hair. Like she's doing twist styles, she colors it, just everything. I don't know where she learned it from, but I said, well, why don't you like try posting Hair by Kenzie on Twitter and see what happens? Like see if you can get other people to think that you're so good that you can do their hair. And it just took off like wildfire. So much so that she paid for everything. The only thing we paid for was a college laptop. She paid for her admissions, her housing deposit, her prom dress, everything from doing hair. And she learned how to make wigs and all of that. It's just minute now, but if she can grasp the concept of, if I'm capable of this, what else am I capable of? If people will buy this service, and I learned it from YouTube, what else would they buy if I made it up? So it's like a confidence, a muscle that's developed. So it's nothing that she can say, well, I can't start from scratch and do, because she just did it. And so the next thing they're working on, we got to get her a hair distributor, because that's what's going to distinguish her on campus. So we got to find somebody. So if anybody in the room knows somebody who sells hair, and we want to put a link in Morgan State, so we can put Mackenzie on the map.
Yes, Joaquin. So I have heard you talk about yourself as a hybridpreneur because you just said that you work full-time, part-time, and all of that. So talk about maneuvering all of those jobs, and then also your time management, how you have mastered time management, because I think that that's I know it's a big issue for me. So I need to hear from you about how you mastered that so that you can do all that you're doing right now.
So I wrote this book working on the night shift at my job. I was working overnight from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., sometimes 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And in the downtime, there was downtime because the system is closed. I could have been doing other things like staring in the ceiling, fiddling my thumbs because I'm sleepy, but I fought my sleep. Sometimes I would take vitamin supplements to write the book. And I really, every downtime for me was my free time. And so that's one way. The other thing is I put everything in the calendar. This rubs my mom's skin, but if it's not on the calendar, I can't do it, like, because I didn't plan for that. It has to be planned out. You can't just impede on what I planned. So I'm really, and that's not a good thing, but it has worked in my favor so far. So I plan everything. The other thing is I've learned to say no, and you know that. I was serving in multiple leadership roles at my church, and I was being pulled like this. And I was drained. I mean, I love to serve. It was a different kind of fulfillment that I got for serving my church and my church family, but I was kind of empty. Like I couldn't focus on any other thing, so I let all of them go. And that didn't do too good to some of the church people, some of my church family. They didn't like that, and I had to be okay with that. And that's the other thing, like being okay with people frowning upon you because you step back when you usually are in the front.
That's major.
So I had to go through that period too. But the thing I've learned from that is people start to value really your time. Yeah, so, I'll help you, but it has to be, there has to be some pull and bend there. So that's the other thing. I learned to say no. And then I'm really protective of my space, like what kind of energy comes in, even down to dating. So for the whole 2016, late 2015 and like early 2016, I didn't date because men were like where do you go when you escape somewhere and you just, not sexually guys, but just like intimately, like a conversation, going out on dates and stuff. So for a whole year I said, forget it, this is my year, I need time to get me together. And so putting boundaries around my personal time, that was another, I guess, a time management piece. But yeah, I'm very structured, and it's not always a good thing. But that is the tribute to why I'm able to balance so many things.
So there's a book coming out of that too. Mastering your time.
Any more questions?
So if someone wants to write a book, what's one piece of advice you give them?
If someone wants to write a book, I would say open up a Word document and start writing. Like, forget about the titles, the structure, the intro, just start writing. And if God really laid it on your heart, it'll flow. It won't take much like pull and tug. Okay, let me back up for a second, because first you got to clear your head. That's why I had to tell other people no. I had to free up a lot of my schedule to make time to think and process and pray and seek God for direction. And once that was clear, then it started to flow. Yeah, we'll open up a Word document and just start typing wherever God leads you. And then once you start to get like a few pages, you can kind of like decide on like what the chat, how you're gonna break down it. Okay, I'll just tell you how I wrote it. There were like 8 key areas that I felt like college students were negligent in, and I used those as chapter titles. And then whenever I felt like it, because it was kind of a slow process, I would go in and add under those titles, and it transformed into a 100-page book. That's the way that I did it. I was trying to teach you a generic way, but that's the way that I did. I started with a Word document.
Okay, so my question is, what keeps you going?
My sister, of course, because she's watching me, and our relationship means a lot. Her and the other young ladies that I mentor, they're watching me. And not that it's perfect, because it's far from that. But I share with them, I'm very vulnerable, I'm very honest about my shortcomings and my failures. And I hope that they would, receive that genuinely, because that's exactly where it's coming from. But it's them who are watching me. And then there's this other thing where if I start something, I have to finish it. Like, I'm not okay with leaving something undone. It bothers me. And so I'm very intentional about finishing the things that I start, despite of life that happens in between.
I didn't mean to make you cry. It's like I did. Okay, so what can we expect next from Linita Hosten in terms of being an author, a speaker, a role model, all wrapped into one?
So, this book is part of the process. From the book, I have created a workshop series, and it's actually included in all of your pamphlets. The book is not enough. The book is a conversation starter. But what it's really going to take is someone to sit down and be hands-on, either one-on-one or in a group session, to really pan out how to apply action steps behind a strategy. And so I created a college strategy workshop series, and this pamphlet is including all of your things. So this will be coming to schools, community groups, and churches. I'm open to serving all, men and women, preferably high school students and to college students. And you know what, I'll be quite honest, there are a lot of things in this book that could be applied to those who don't go to college, who are going to trade school. So don't let the word college be a deterrent if you have someone in your life who may not be choosing that route. Because again, college is an option, it's not the only option. And I really like to emphasize that. I really do. I can only root for the one that I did, But I believe that college is a option, it's not the only option. So yeah, the workshop series is next. My coaching series is next, teaching other people how to master their stage presence, the elements of stage presence. And I think that's enough right there. Like, that's good.
Thank you. Let's just give a round of applause to the beautiful Linita Hosten. Before we get out of here, are the raffles? We have the raffles. If you purchase the raffle ticket, go ahead and get them out while we have them. The bag. And Linita, for those who are just arriving, she will be continuing to sign books. There is the photo booth in the back that you all can take pictures and tag Linita Hosten, the College Strategy, and DMV authors. It's food in the back. Please go ahead and continue to buy from the bar, and you can purchase off the menu. We ready for the raffles, Mom? Mackenzie, do you have the raffles? Yeah.
I really just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming out on Saturday morning. I'm just really grateful. Thank you very much.
So, they in the bag? Okay. You want to pick them?
So we're raffling off. We are raffling off a. So the workshop series is this is a 5-hour workshop. It's a half-day session. We're raffling off a 2-hour version of it. So if you have a group, college student, or you attend the church, you may have an age group 16, let's say about 20. We'll raffle off that one first. Now, if you have the raffle but you don't have a group that would serve, how can we do that? You can donate. Okay, you can donate. Raise your hand if you're actually interested in this. Like, you have a group that you would like for me to come out and do a 2-hour workshop, basically breaking down the college strategy specifically to the needs of your organization. Okay, so you guys see whose hands are raised. So if you get that ticket, maybe you got a blessing in your heart. You just lay it on your heart to just pass it to one of those people who raised their hand.
Alrighty, so go ahead and pick it out. Before we okay, so everybody ready? We have 099178. 099178.
So Glass, do you have a group that you could donate this to?
I do not. However, the co-worker that was here, he had to go to work, and this is actually his ticket. It's Rivera. So, do you know if he has a group or not? Okay, so at this point, on his behalf, I would like to donate it to a group that is in need.
Who had their hand up?
This is a 2-hour college strategy workshop session. Siobhan? Okay, Siobhan, come and get your certificate. So you just shoot me the day. I'm coming with all the materials and the books on my dime. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Oh, a picture? So this is a 45-minute pick my brain session. So I've just started to charge for that. And only because I really value my time and I'm very busy. And so 45 minutes pick my brain from being an author, speaker, from balancing working full-time, part-time, and part-time, and doing this business with Jamaica, and however you want to pick it, I guess. 45-minute session.
So the number is 099165. 099165. Going once. Going twice. Okay, we're gonna move on. Alright, so this number is 099180.
09980.
This is good. That means nobody wants to pick my brain. I'll take the brain.
I'll take it.
Oh, I think I think.
All right, 099186.
Oh yeah, she's a good candidate. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I need the proof.
I'll give away this last one. Well, actually, it's not on my behalf, but if you're interested in working with James, again, he does multimedia production, you name it, from video, videography to photography. If you're interested in working with him or learning more about what he can offer you or your business, this is a 15-minute, I guess, pick my brain opportunity for you. So if you have a business or you're aspiring to have a business, you're going to need marketing. And part of that is having multimedia, as you see all here today. So let's see. This is probably the best giveaway.
099166.
Do you have a need? Multimedia services? Do you have a need?
Honestly, right now, I would say not for that.
So who would you like to bless? Raise your hand if you have a need for this service.
Stop. Do you really have the need for it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. This is my stylist, Jasmine. Jasmine is a student at Bowie State University. She picks all of my clothes out.
Oh.
Thanks, I'm with pictures. And she definitely has a need for this. So this is the last 45-minute pick my brain session.
Thank you.
So actually, I'm not going to give it off as a raffle. I'm just going to put it up here for whoever feels the need to pay. It's going to be here. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm going to continue to sign books. Please help yourself. Can you sing happy birthday?
Let me do my job. Like, you're so controlling. Like, you're taking my job right now.
This is usually me. I'm usually her, like working in this role.
Well, let me be me. Okay, so continue to. I don't even know what to say at this point. But yes, let's get together and celebrate Linita. So if those who are by the door, you guys can come on over so you guys can see everything that's going on. And we're gonna go ahead and celebrate Linita, hey, by singing Happy Birthday.
Which version?
Y'all want Stevie? Stevie? The church said she wants the traditional. Then we can roll into Stevie. So I'll start it off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Linita. Happy birthday to you. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting Linita and the college strategy. So you guys can go ahead and continue to mingle, drink, eat, take pictures, sign the poster. She has the college strategy poster here. So go ahead and sign it, put some words of encouragement there for her. Thank you again. Happy Saturday and congratulations again, Linita.
Thank you for coming.